Hello everyone, Sheehan here. I'm a Stampin' Up demonstrator from Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Today I'm going to demonstrate another variation of these two cards. I wanted to be able to make a card with this stamp set that could be suitable for adults or children, just by slight variations in what I use and the colours I use. I've based these on a chorus line type of effect, with each octopus being raised a little higher than the one behind it. I have prepared some elements of the card already, just so that you don't have a really long video to listen to or watch. And you may have noticed that on these two cards there are two elements that are retired, and that is the balloons from the Party Pandas celebration one, and these hats which were in Guy Greetings. At the time that I made these cards, they weren't retired, but unfortunately they now are, and I'm using the hats here for the card today that are still current. The balloons and the hats, I think if you've got them and you want to use them, you should just go ahead and still create cards with them, because they're very effective on these cards. So mix the new with the old if necessary, but I have done some with a current hat as well. Okay, for today what we'll need, I'll just pop these to the side, is a piece of lemon lime twist, 8 1/4 inches by 5 7/8 of an inch. And then you will need a piece of Daffodil Delight. However, it needs to be 5 7/8 of an inch by at least 2 inches, because it's going to go through the Seaside embossing folder. This one here, this is what it looks like. And it creates an effect like this. And that's going to be used on this card. And I'm going to cut that down to 1 inch strips in a minute. Also, you'll need a piece of Whisper White measuring 5 7/8 of an inch by 2.5 inches. And you'll need a piece of Lemon Lime Twist measuring 2 3/8 of an inch by 5/8 of an inch. And a little piece of Whisper White measuring 1/2 inch by 2 1/4 inches. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is just to fold our card, and I use the Stampin' Up cutter for this, and I find it's pretty accurate when you push them up to the top there. And then I'm going to burnish that, and I'm also at the same time going to cut 2 1 inch strips off this Daffodil Delight. I got some new cutting blades, but they're not doing particularly well at present. I don't know why. I must have just got some that just don't work properly. And then I'll cut another inch off. I might run this a couple of times just to try and get it through. Okay. Still not cutting particularly well, but got my 2 pieces anyway. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm just going to run my fingers down there just to get any of that fluffy stuff off. And I'm going to attach them to the card with some Tombow. I'll look for the least fluffy of sides. Okay, so we're going to put Tombow on the back of these. And they're going to go just enough room for about 1/8 of an inch up the top there. And they go from edge to edge on this card. There we are. That's a little bit too far. Okay, so that's that done. Just want that tiny little bit of lemon lime twist showing. And then the same with the other one. Still popping down those fluffy edges. I don't know if anybody else is having trouble with their blades at the moment, but I certainly am. Okay, and I think I'll turn this one that way. And again, just a little of the lemon lime twist at the edge. There we go. Alright, that's down. Now, this piece of Whisper White, I'm going to have a bit of fun with some of the new colours. I'm trying to make it as party and colourful as possible, so I'm going to just have a bit of fun with this little star and put random stars all over the place, and some half on the edge, half off, because I don't want it to look like there's a border around it. Okay, now I'll swap colours. First colour I used was Gorgeous Grape, one of the new colours. Just clean that, and then I'm going to use Lovely Lipstick, another new colour. And again, just random stars. The octopus will actually cover a fair bit of this, but it still will be seen, and I just want it to be colourful. Alright, we'll clean that one again. We'll go for Grapefruit Grove. Have a bit of that one in there. Okay, close that one, and we'll try Call Me Clover. Clean my stamp again with my Stampin' Scrub. Best thing ever. And put some green ones in here. Again, going off the edges in spots. Go here. Maybe there. Okay, close that. And I'm going to use the new Pineapple Punch. Cleaning up my stamp again. There we are. It's a nice colour, that one. And then I think we'll try Pacific Point, this new colour. I really like this. It's a nice blue. I really loved Bermuda Bay, but it's gone, and I was hoping there'd be a blue that I liked, and that's really nice. Down there. Bit in there. Yeah. And I'm just going to pop. And I have to remember, old ink pad opens differently. I'm going to add some lemon lime twist in there too. Now, of course, you can do whatever colours you like, whatever you have. It's just to really party up the background here. Okay, that's enough. We'll put those over there. Alright, now I'm going to attach this to the card because I have to build up the octopus on the card next. Now, what I need to do is to measure 6/8 of an inch. There we are. Sorry, it's going in centimetres, aren't I? Funny world. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's 6. So if I add that there, I know that it's got to be there. The reason I'm doing this is because I have to leave as much room as I can for these hats. And even though they're tilted, they're still quite large compared to the top hats that I used previously. Now you could either set this up on dimensionals if you want to, but really the fact that it's going to have a couple of layers of dimensionals anyway, I don't know that it's really necessary, but of course you can do it if you want to. Okay, so that's going to go on there, up to the edge. Have little bits of everything hanging around. Okay, so that's on there. Now, what we would do would be to stamp an octopus, and then it would be cut out with the dies, and it really comes out beautifully. Look at that. It's a gorgeous stamp. Really lovely. I'll just clean that as well. But I have prepared these in advance. And what I've chosen to do is to do the gorgeous grape, lovely lipstick, and Bermuda Bay. They're the three I'm going to use. And what I've also done, apart from cutting them out, is I've also cut them out just as the die, not stamping on it. And I've got that for all three. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sort of shadow the octopus. Get that last little bit out that didn't come out before. So I'm going to put some paper under here because I do tend to get messy with glue. So I'll just pop that there. Now this one, just going to put some glue on it. And it's going to stick to our stamped octopus. There we go. It's just going to give the slightest shadow to our octopus, like that. It's not a great deal, it's just a nice little edge to it. And I'll do that with all three. Oops. I do like Tombow for sticking things down. Sort of my go-to glue. Okay, here we go. We'll do this one. And just offsetting it that little bit. There we go. Is that one done? And the last one. Oh, I better shut this too. Shocking. Let's do that. And I get it all over me. Okay. And the last one. I love these new colours. I think they're absolutely beautiful. Okay, we'll just pop you on there. Move them over a bit. Don't want too much showing, just enough. shadow it. Okay, there's the 3. Now we have to position these on here, and I'm going to do, I think I'll go from the Bermuda Bay to the red, the lovely lipstick, not sure. It doesn't look too bad either. Might go that way. Alright, so the first one gets glued down completely. So we just pop you on. And as close to the bottom of this star pattern as possible, and close to that side edge, just leaving a little bit of the white below it, but enough that it's sort of down as far as it can go. That one gets stuck straight on. Then this one is going to have dimensionals on it, and this part will rest on here, so our dimensionals will be down this half of the octopus. So one on the head, one on the body, and then I have been doing a few small pieces. One out there. One, oh, let's go here. And I'm also using some of the minis. I've got a couple stuck on the back there too. Dear oh dear. Put one on there. And another there. Okay, now this one's going to go down, and I'm going to put some glue just on these parts here for it to stay attached to the other octopus. So take these off. It's funny how things often come off easier when you're not on a camera doing it. However, I think we're right. Okay, so now this little fellow has to overlap this one about here and still be close to the bottom. So I'm going to pop that about there. Alright, so he's on. Now the purple one, or gorgeous grape one, again is going to sit up on there. So again we're going to do dimensionals here, but we're going to double do them. So I'm going to put a dimensional on the head, and then I'm going to put another one. I'm going to take the little paper off there if I can, and put another one on top, just matching up. The same in the middle, one there, and take the paper off, backing off, and put this one on top. And then I'm going to do the same with the mini or small dimensionals. Do that, and that's going to give us that perception of it coming further and further forward. If I can get that out of there, there we go. And then I'll do one here. And yes, it does use up a few dimensionals, but I don't think it really matters. I think it's a nice effect on the card. Actually, I really liked the effect of the dancing octopus here with the top hat. Really liked that. However, Guy Greetings is finished, but I probably will still use it sometimes. I'll put one here and take that off and put one on top, and then I'll just put a couple of something small down the bottom there from here. Cut that one out. Don't ever throw these away. These edge pieces are really, really handy. Okay, so I'll put that on there. Then all we have to do is peel that off. Put some glue on the other side, and they're attached. And we've got to sit him on too, so there's room for his hat. So about there I think will be good. Okay. Now what I've done with the hat is I decided that I do like to do them with the embossing powder. And so these ones I decided to do gold. Now I have got some prepared already, but I will do this one. So pop him on there. I use up all my scraps for this sort of thing. I don't waste anything. I just keep it, and it seems to come in handy. So put a bit of gold on there, and I've just got a little bit of excess on there that I'll just brush off. Oops, I brushed too much off then. There we are, that's better. I'm going to cut it out anyway, so that's okay. Excuse the noise. Just warm that up. I'll pop the lid on while I'm waiting. There we go. And there it starts to go. Lovely. And what I've been doing with these is I've been using my Stampin' Blends for all of this, and just doing some nice background colours, and then filling in the circles. I don't have a strong blue, so what I was using was these with just the paintbrush for some of the backgrounds, but I'll just do a simple one for the moment. And actually it's very quick and easy. I'll make this one a yellow party hat. These Stampin' Blends are just lovely, and anybody who's watched me before will realise that I really love the brush end of these things. There we go. So even though there's a few things to do with this, you can see that it's actually quite quick to put together. I'll just do a couple of different little circles there, just to put it together. A bit of orange would be nice. And this one's the dark pumpkin pie. There we are. And what else will I use? Oh, I might just quickly dive in here. Oh, no, I won't. I'll have a disaster otherwise. I'll just put a few more orange ones in there. Pumpkin pie ones, I should say. Sorry about that. But you can use any of the Stampin' blends you like. And that's how it turns out. And then fussy cut it out. And actually, it's quite easy to fussy cut out. And I'm not fussed on fussy cutting. So I don't try and create a great deal of work that way for myself. But what I did do is I did these ones earlier. They're already cut out. I did 2 blue, which I'm going to put one here and one at the other end, and the lemon lime twist one in the middle. And this blue is the Pacific Point blue. Okay, so this first one, actually I'll do the last one. I'll do it up on the double dimensionals. So I'll grab one of these, pop it on there, and a small one for here, and then again take that off, because we're going to do exactly what we did with the octopus with these. Just sit them over the top of each other to get our double height. There we go. And then slip that off. Now, if you're posting this, you probably would have to make sure that it's within the range of the envelope, but I don't mind having that just slightly overlap the outside of the card. And realistically, you could make an envelope to fit it anyway, or just buy a large one if you need to. Okay, this one is going to be, just run out of my big dimensional, so I'll just use that and a small one. So this is only a single height dimension. And that one goes here. So it looks like they've got them in their tentacles, like that. Just tuck it under. And I'm just going to, I did leave a little bit of glue off that there so I could pop this one under this lovely lipstick tentacle as well. And again, just tilted. So it's sort of saying, hats off to you, it's your birthday. Then you will see on this one, that's where I put the balloons. Now, there's probably things that you might like to put there that you can find within your stamp sets, or you may have another small balloon. You might want to put some big stars just for fun. Just about anything. And with the Stampin' blends, I used this colour lifter and just made the light marks on the balloons. But for today, I'm just going to leave it like that. Now, this is where this little piece of lemon lime twist comes in. And for the sentiment, I used the one from, what did I say? I'll tell you actually what stamp sets I used. I used the Sea of Textures, the Under the Sea framelets, the little star came from Pick a Pennant, that one there, Pick a Pennant, and then Better Together gave me the party hat, and the sentiment is, may your day be as wonderful as you are, happy birthday. Well, I'm only using the happy birthday. So in order to do that, I covered the rest of the sentiment with some washi tape, which eludes me at the moment. Here it is. So I set up the stamp like this, and then used the washi tape and covered what I didn't want, and then I'll just use this one that I used before, and then I was able to it in like that. Then take your washi tape off, and you can then just stamp happy birthday, and it comes out beautifully. So that's what I did for this one. Now I've already done it, and I've done it in lemon lime twist. I was trying to bring out the background a bit with just this, but I'm also thinking that it might have looked nice in gold, as in the embossing I used on the hats. So perhaps the next card I do, I will try that. But anyway, for the moment, I'm just going to pop this on the lemon lime twist and pop that on there. And again, I've left the stamp pad open. And then I think I might put that up on dimensionals as well. I'll just use these little bits I've got hanging around. There we go. Take them off. Fine. And then just so that you have a little bit of the Daffodil Delight around it as well. A little bit too far that way, I think. That's probably better. Okay. So there it is. Now, add what you like to it. I'll just clear the decks here for a minute. They're the 3 cards that I've done with it. All completely different. Can be used for congratulations, like this one up here. Can be used male, female, doesn't really matter there. And again, this one here could be for an adult or a child, but it's nice and colourful. So you could do anything you wanted on your backgrounds. It's really up to you. Now, in saying that, if you enjoyed this video, I would really love it if you would turn your notifications on Facebook, or if you would subscribe to my channel on YouTube and click on the bell so that you get notifications of any upcoming videos that I'm doing. I also have a link to my shop, so if you don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and anything on the cards appeals to you and you'd like to buy something, please, I'd be more than happy to be your demonstrator. But otherwise, enjoy your stamping, enjoy the stamps you've got, and as I say, you can sort of mix and match and do all sorts of things. But anyway, have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.